Nothing meets the eye.
That's overdoing it. Hello, what's up? I'm Brian doing another video for you guys, and I wish I knew that had copyrighted Transformers music before I went ahead with this, but whatever. Anyway,
no, it passed butter. I'm good.
Anyways, hey, we're a bunch of Transformers reviewers, and we're live streaming this thing where we're going to talk about toys. So if you don't like that, okay. Anyways, so yeah, we're going to be doing a holiday type thing, a buying list, and we're going to pretty much promote Hasbro for them. I mean, we're pretty much going to be giving off our recommendations. I couldn't think of the word for the year, and what you should buy for the holidays, either for yourself or for someone else. So of course we've got some
opinions. Very
we've
subjective.
got some dancing Leadfoots. So for the holiday season, because red fat man, that works out. So.
Our
How
very
am I doing? Am I a good host so far?
I mean, without a script, sure.
Hey, where'd Crimson and Raptors go?
There he is.
Didn't Raptors
I gotta
go
play this
extinct?
game.
So, anyways, I'm T-Fan Page 101. We have a bunch of other people who are apparently switching around. What is this, Tetris or something?
It's a Hollywood Squares.
I choose Crimson Raptors. Actually, yeah, Crimson Raptors. Why don't you go ahead and who's your channel and what do you do and how do you like? Yeah.
Who is my channel? I am my channel. No. So I'm Crimson Raptors. Crimson like the dark red color. Raptors, Raptors. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. Most of the time, you're going to find my stop motion animations and my unboxings and live stream reviews are going to be on my YouTube channel. On Instagram, where I barely post any pictures nowadays, is where you'll see some of my kind of behind the scenes of stop motion or kind of a making of kind of characters, tech specs, things like that. Also some digibashes as well. On Twitter, you'll probably find next to nothing, but for whatever reason, whatever I post there tends to get a lot of signal boosts, a lot of attention, probably because it's not anything political, right? So it's all just straight, just like fun Transformers, things like that. And that's where you can find me. So where can they find you?
I don't want them knowing.
Oh, I broke things. Hold on. There you go.
Oy vey.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so we'll go to Ninja Bill next. It's just I'm trying to get these little layouts working.
Your turn.
All right. So I am Ninja Bill of Ninja Bill Reviews. You can find me on. You might be right about that. You never know with We Ninja. Shinobi, you're clever like that. Anyway, I am Ninja Bill of Ninja Bill Reviews. You can find me on Facebook as Shinobi Biru. I have a Twitch. I never use it. I have a Twitter. Also never use it. I have an Instagram. Never use it.
What do you use?
I use Discord, and that you can find as Ninja Bill on Discord and Shinobi Biru on Facebook or on my channel, Ninja Bill Reviews. I mostly do toy reviews. I am going to be doing a joint show coming up with Raziel, great guy, and it is going to be the Wheel of Time, Robert Jordan's books, Wheel of Time series, something different for the channel. It's usually, toy reviews, Transformers toy reviews, but, it'll be something different, and for a series we both have a great passion for, so that's pretty, and I hang out with awesome folks like this, and have a good time, and I hope you watching tonight and listening tonight and chatting in the chat tonight will also have a good time.
Optination. Optination, go. Your turn.
All right, hi, I'm Optination Review. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Optination Review. I do mostly review videos. I do some event videos, but that's few and far between. I also have an Instagram at Optination_review. And I also just barely got a Facebook page up and going and that's Optination Review. So check that out. And I just barely hit 60 subs.
I could eat maybe 2 at most.
Congratulations, Optination.
Thanks.
Nobody got the man.
You didn't hear me laugh when it was.
A laugh track.
I'm Soundwave
You did a laugh.
I do toy reviews. Hey, I'm going in and out.
Notice my hands are here.
All right.
Your turn.
Okay. Soundwave84. I do toy reviews on YouTube. I also post a lot of pictures on Instagram. Soundwave_8084_reviews. And then Facebook, Twitter is Soundwave884, but I don't post very often. It's been a rough year, so I'm just been kind of going a little bit slower this year. That's where you can find me. Toy reviews, mostly Transformers.
Oh, now I'm too high. Crap. So Anthony Haslagnet, HASLAGENET, at the Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. Thanks. I'll be filling in for input today, so I have inputs list. So the difference between me and input, of course, is I have short hair and I don't have a bunch of tiny.
I was going to say input. What have you done with your hair, man?
Right.
I'm confused. Something about you is different, and I can't quite place it.
I'm a little scared right now.
Yeah. So. Oh wait, I know what it is. I know what it is. It's one of those, those freaking suits, man. Those damn pretenders, always hiding out when you don't want them to. I did it, didn't I?
Okay,
Now,
Brian, tell people where they can find
to
you.
The first question: are pretenders stolen identity?
Dead air. Moving on.
All right, we did introductions. Hooray! The first part is done. Before we move on to the actual topic, there is one other thing that I want to do, but I'm trying to find. Okay, there it is. Where's the video? Let me ask you something. Do you like Transformers? Look, man, I don't care. I'm just trying to make conversation. Anyways, I've got something very special to announce.
Are you doing a giveaway?
Why? Why is it every time I try to announce something, someone wants a giveaway? Oh, special occasion, why don't you do a giveaway? Oh, you want to do a stop motion series, why don't you do a giveaway? You know, I'm not just a piece of meat, I got feelings and emotions too. So I'm announcing a giveaway. In collaboration with H&E Games, who is actually providing and supporting this giveaway, we are going to provide a $25 Amazon e-gift card. That's right, we're giving it to a lucky winner. It could be yours for the taking, so don't miss the chance. You've got nothing to lose. There are requirements though, so please check out the link down in the description below, and the giveaway will end on November 22nd, 2021 at 11:59 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you're asking if the giveaway is open after that, thank you for listening. Please send your support to H&E Games, because without them, we wouldn't be doing this. So remember, check the link down below, support H&E Games, and best of luck to the winner. What am I doing with my hands?
So, can I enter?
I am an emotional time bomb.
Nice!
How do we keep losing Crimson? He's killing me here. Having to rearrange every
There
time.
were 2 Crimsons in the chat, I noticed that.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's
I
a-
keep losing connection whenever there's like whenever
video?
Brian's talking. It's just Brian's fault.
Oh, okay. As long as we know. Okay.
All right, so the director will explain the process for the viewers. 90 minutes.
Oh, he's just straight up reading the script. Okay.
So,
It's what actors
we
do,
got-
right? Read the script.
yeah. So, would it be safe to say that we should probably talk about what we would recommend for the year? Would that be safe to say? Anthony?
Yes.
Oh, we're talking to me. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
no,
I mean,
that's
you
not
should.
Anthony. That's input. Come on now, stay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Input
input.
2.0.
Well, I posted in the chat the link to the giveaway. Hopefully, it posted. I don't know words.
Yeah, it might not have posted because
Oopsies.
you're not a mod on the channel, so it will just delete links. But if you look at the giveaway video, you'll know more. So
Yeah,
that giveaway is about to close out pretty soon. So you might want to get at that right away.
I think it's Sunday at noonish.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this weekend. So you might want to check in on that. Just look for the giveaway. It's probably one of the only giveaway videos on my channel because, apparently I'm selfish. Anyways, so yeah, that's all provided by Anthony. So he's the one that decided to do it. Anyways,
Well-
sorry, what?
I was going to say, just roll right into the review stuff. Do your first reveal so I can show people the picture.
All right, I guess you're picky about it. So we're going to do the list now. I'm going to go first with mine. So how I did this was I'm going to do things a little differently than maybe some of the other people are going to do it. I decided to choose things based on a subject. So, we've got some Kingdom, and then we've got one for Studio Series, and then we've got Studio Series 86. I also did like a small one that you can afford, anyone can afford. I also didn't do Leaders or the Titan class arc because I wanted to keep it relative to a certain budget. Although I just realized that most of them are Voyagers, whatever. And I just thought it was going to be easier that way. So even though this is going to be my top list for recommendations of the year, that doesn't mean that they're my top favorites. It's just ones that I could think of that some people would like. So with that out of the way, the first one that I chose is based on Cyberverse because, there's some people into that. And I'm not into a lot of the kitty toys, so I can't really say about some of the gimmicky stuff. So what I decided to go for is the deluxe class, and I went for Dinobot Slug. And I also went for Cheetor because I wasn't sure. I don't have either of the toys. So if you want another recommendation, a bonus one, I throw in Cheetor there. But I'm going to choose Slug. I don't personally have this figure, but I hear a lot of good things about it. It's a cool design. And for the kids, I thought, hey, why not? Let them have a little bit of fun. We don't need every masterpiece or whatever for a kid, for a 5-year-old. So yeah, Dinobot Slug.
He definitely looks pretty. It's too bad they don't combine, unless this one does and I missed it somewhere.
Oh, but of course the Volcanicus that just folds up, that was a wonderful idea. Anyways,
Hey, the Volcanicus, is
sorry,
that like a regular? Is the Volcanicus going to be like the regular, like $22 or $20 deluxe kind of articulation, or is
it's an ultimate class figure, I believe, or something around that range. And
It'll have limited RP.
down with the combination of different alt modes to make this dragon. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
so it's like that giant Optimus. Yeah, so it's like that giant Optimus Prime and Megatron and Shockwave and
that, or
Icon,
more
right?
closer to whatever that Fortress guy was in Cyberverse that showed up for a little bit and then died. So yeah, that's my first pick. Crimson Raptors, you're next because you kept interrupting. So guess what? You have to go next.
Well, I gotta say one of the things, it's still one of the best figures I think to purchase right now for the holiday for really anybody, because a lot of people, when Siege kind of came around, people were kind of hesitant because of the 3 years of very much waffles and hollowness from the Combiner Wars, the Prime Trilogy, and Titan's Return and Power of the Primes. And one of the figures I got, like one of the first ones, was the War for Cybertron Siege Voyager class Optimus Prime. And this figure, I could not set it down for about a month and a half, maybe almost 2 months, because it was so much fun transforming back and forth. It's a really good figure. It really has like next to no hollow bits. And one of the things I liked about it is that I had not had that much enjoyment. Now I've collected Transformers, since Generation 2, and really Generation 1, but mostly my focus was when Generation 2 was around. And I have not had that much fun with a Transformer since I originally got Generation 2 Optimus Prime. And it just took me back all those years ago of just how much fun these were. Because that we've had complicated ones, we've had simple ones, but not something that was as much fun as Siege Voyager or Optimus Prime. And there's actually a recent I wouldn't say a remold or repack, but kind of like almost like a whole nother production run of Siege Optimus Prime. So you can still get him for his original retail price in that $30 range, plus some tax and stuff, right? And Amazon has it. I know Big Bad Toy Store still has the 2-pack with him and Megatron. Again, that Megatron got the short end of the stick of the budget, but the Optimus Prime didn't. And it's just such a great figure. It kind of looks like he has a baseball cap in some of the promotional figures for his truck mode, but it's doesn't look like that in person. It's just an amazing figure. You get the axe, you get the gun. I mean, come on, what more could you ask for?
All right, Input, you're next if you want to go.
Oh. I am filling in for Input. I am not Input, but let's go to Ninja Bill so we can keep it in order of what I have set up here.
Ninja Bill, sorry. You're both the same.
Input, Ninja Bill. We're all the same person, really. Just great! I let the cat out of the bag.
Somewhere it's Input, so
yeah. So my first recommendation, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree, is Studio Series 86 Leader Class Grimlock, and I really like this guy. I don't care for Wheelie, which is why I'm not displaying him. That's pretty much just a unused, into the accessory bin it goes thing. But the figure itself is amazing. Yes, that one, the one I'm holding. Yes, this guy. Yeah. Hello. Some people have a problem with this whole no teeth in the front thing, but there's been a lot of figures that had that problem. But for many reasons, I like the transformation. It's a very clean, solid transformation, and he's solid. He doesn't, feel cheap. He's solid. It's a clean transformation. He looks good in both robot and his dino mode. The accessory positioning is, pretty intuitive and feels like it's natural, even though, yes, it's a robotic dinosaur with a, rifle on his back, but still it doesn't feel out of place. It's not like they had to attach it down here or something, out of the way. No, it feels good positioning. Some people might say that he needed maybe a sword accessory or something, but I feel this is appropriate for what you're paying. And I really do like it. I really, really do highly. If you haven't got him so far, and if you see him and he's available to get for yourself or for other collectors, please do pick this guy up. High recommendation from me. It's a rock solid toy. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I think everyone here has taken a look at them on their, channels separately. And you can please make sure you subscribe to everyone here. Check out the links in the description and go get this guy for yourself. I highly recommend it.
Okay, Optination. I don't know why I constantly screw up on saying your name, but Optination, you are up next. Go ahead, do your thing.
Cool, thank you. So my first recommendation is the Transformers Prime Season 1 DVD. And I love Transformers Prime as probably well as anyone else here. And it's just a really fun, emotional, awesome, action-packed, little dark TV show. and I've loved it since I was young. And if you love like funny like TV shows, it is an awesome recommendation because some of the characters in there, like Miko, she is so funny. She's like a wildcat basically, where she wants to like go around and like go with the Autobots and stuff like that. And I love also there's another one in there called Raph, and I love him because he basically does the same stuff that I do because I work in the IT field, and he does like computer science stuff for like the Autobots, and it's just an all-around awesome fun show. And the reason I recommended the DVD is because in my opinion it's not going to be like on streaming forever. It's going to get taken away at some point, like any other TV show or movie.
I'm just typing something.
You know, Raph reminds me a bit of Chip Chase. I'm just saying, from the G1 cartoon series, except, you know, without the obvious wheelchair, but still. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So, Soundwave, bunch of numbers. You can go ahead.
Well, I want to pick was from Kingdom, Voyager class, Inferno, just because it's a good update to the G1 toy, and it transforms just like the old G1 toy pretty much. It's got enough accessories and look. You can kind of get that cartoon look if you want that look. It's got good quality. If you got grapple, this is a definite upgrade over the previous grapple. I just think it's a nice toy with some little fun playability. The only downside is the truck mode is just too small compared to some of the other ones, but I just like it because it takes me back to being a kid again. So I just would recommend that. I'll see. He just looks cool.
He does look cool. Anthony, you don't have a list, do you? Or
I have Input's list. So Input suggested, and
Right.
I could agree less. I think this is a mistake for everyone involved, but here it is. T-Rex.
I like it.
If
I
you
wanna get
hate Megatron's beast form and you want an Autobot version of him, here you go.
I like how obscure it is.
Although I have to say, this is not my favorite mold of this character. The Jurassic Park one, that one I think is my favorite one color-wise because it's like a realistic look. And also, some people, I'm told, because in my job I go store to store, some people bought the Jurassic Park version that doesn't transform and thought they were buying the Transformers version. That's how good it looks.
Yeah, 'cause
This
it's
thing is shelf warming on Targets everywhere.
Yep.
If you have a
And
Target
try to
in your area
shoplift
and
it.
available.
Yeah, and if you try to shoplift it, they'll be like, "Yeah, go ahead, take it."
So I want to say as an addendum to that, Anthony, Input put that on his list because I don't remember what he had plans for it because it kind of was like giving him a good story, kind of like, oh, this would be really neat as like a character that you could introduce as not an Autobot but as a Maximal, because it harkens back to that terrible series called Beast Machines, but it was one of the good toys that came out at the time. I would almost say that you could, if you wanted to make a story, make that T-Rex a shattered glass version of Predacon Megatron. I think that would be an interesting stop motion idea to tell.
That is a thought. Because I realize that Hasbro does recolors, and sometimes they'll do the shattered glass, or they'll do some type of alternate comic, or like some type of fan design or whatever. And because what somebody was saying that some of the characters we're getting now are things that were out of BotCon. So like fan organizations created stuff, and now they're being adapted. Like the Goldbug is based on the BotCon color scheme from 2008, and not necessarily because obviously it's not based on the cartoon from '86, or was it season? Yeah, 1986 season. So they're trying to do new things, which is great. Except I'm just not a fan of a red dinosaur. Damn you, Bernie.
I do also in the chat. Ender Sage mentioned about Soundwave 884's his Inferno. Did they change the pegs from the grapple that had like a hollow peg in the back of the head to when they had the Inferno mode, and yes, they did change. I answered them in chat. Also want to make sure that everybody else knew. Yes, the pegs
I did
did
notice
change.
that
to
other
Inferno.
things were a little too tight on that figure as well. It's kind of weird.
But at least they weren't hollow to where they break, which was a horrible design feature for grapple. But if you sand those down on grapple, you don't have that problem.
All right, time for an ad break.
Welcome there, Hot Rod. Enjoy your stay. Hope you feel comfortable, and please don't blame me for what may or may not have happened to our leader. Thank you for choosing Air Hot Rod.
Should I go next?
Yes, please.
All right. So my next pick is actually a figure that I plan to review. Actually, I have reviewed, but the video is not published yet. It will be next weekend. It is, by the way, I know I had the Grimlock. I didn't pick it for my list, even though this is probably my favorite purchase of the year. I just wanted to give it a shout out. Anyways, thought it was a little too expensive for the list for mine. Anyways, for Studio Series 86, I decided to go for Wreck-Gar. Wreck-Gar!
If you're hungry, he's ready to feed you.
So, I think Wreck-Gar is probably one of the best figures he is one of the best figures in Studio Series 86. The only competition for me is that Grimlock. I think the articulation is really good. I think the legs look a little too short, but then I rewatched the animation and it actually seems proper. Not absolutely perfect because he got hollow arms, but I don't really care because I think that there's too much good from this. The alt mode is definitely weird and big, but considering that it comes from a different planet made from junk, it actually does kind of make sense. And I think the robot mode is gorgeous. The only thing I'm bothered by with the robot mode is the beard, the gap. It's just a very strange thing to design in, but I love the fidget spinners that he's got attached, and then the battle axe is pretty cool. Can't wait for the junkyard repaint. Cannot wait to go ahead and plug the tires onto the handlebars. And then also, if you get a second, he can sit properly on the Wreck-Gar, and you could also make a quad bike using all the tires because they all come off. So. And ab crunch. Now I gotta tell you, this is a pretty fabulous product, and you could get it for the Voyager class price point. I gotta say, there's nothing you can lose out on this toy. Here's some guy to tell me more about it. Oh, he's dead. Anyways, so yeah, Wreck-Gar, go ahead and buy it. The number will be showing up on the screen. So order now. Operators are standing by. You do not want to miss this.
1-800-Wreck-Gar.
1-800 Crimson Raptors. What is your second Oh God, I see it on the list.
Yeah. Because it's queued up to go up. Of course, he could see it.
Right. So
go ahead and just disappoint everybody now. Tear the bandage off.
Then I see this, and I'm like, oh no.
Okay, so the next one on my list is, and these aren't in really any particular order, right? But I will say that I guess some people have complained about this particular figure is a War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Deluxe Tracks. And some of it has to do with a little bit of quality control issues here and there with the way the limbs are and with the left leg. Most people haven't had any problem with the right leg where the front of the car kind of tabs in correctly, and it just has to do with a pin not pushed all the way in. But if you go check out a channel, a good buddy of mine, Larkin's Lair, he explains to you how to fix that issue with the left leg that you may have with a pin that's not all the way punched all the way through, and we'll completely change that figure for you.
And it's a fairly simple process.
It is. It could damage your figure, so keep that in mind. He does give that disclaimer as well, because you got to be kind of careful. I would always put something when you're trying to mess with pegs. Put something in between metal and plastic, like I don't know, like paper towels. You know, that's the cheapest thing you could do to kind of layer those through. so you're not marring the plastic when you're fixing that stuff. But it's a fairly simple fix. It's just keep that in mind that if you have a problem with the left leg not tabbing in correctly, or there's like the front of the car is not really like flush, then you'll kind of know what's going on. I've not had that problem with the Target Road Rage. However, as much as I would like to recommend her, I know it's harder to get a hold of her, so that's why I went with Trax, because I never liked the Reveal the Shield Trax, because he was made out of the Wheeljack mode, and I felt like Reveal the Shield Trax was like too short, stocky, and just a huge, like he had way too many Energon goodies, and although some of the ideas worked, it just wasn't a good fit to have Wheeljack. And I think a Trax and a Sunstreaker make more sense as a remold of each other. They didn't do that. There's a whole new mold here with Trax, and that's why I recommend this one for sure. Lots of fun. I don't know. Also, I forget about this. There isn't anything that I've seen on the package that says it got any kind of Corvette licensing, but it's so close. It's a Corvette. So you could totally kit bash, like try to fix some of that bumper stuff, maybe some 3D printing, and get like a Pontiac Firebird kind of look out of that, and make your own little kit or car from Knight Rider. But anyway, Trax itself is a great figure. Totally recommend it.
So I have to agree with
three
Crimson.
Trax.
Yeah, see, I have to agree with Crimson, but Road Rage. Same mold. Yeah, I just think the red and the fire emblem on front pop out way better. But you fix it at your own peril.
Well, I own 3 different tracks. One is good. The other 2 are crap. Won't stand up. Won't tab in. I have 2 Road Rage, both the same way. They're not good.
How does that make you feel?
Have you checked?
Make you angry?
No, I haven't.
It's really good.
But this one's really good.
I recommend it.
I'm still I actually Transarin 38 is going to be sending me a Trax and a Slug, because I have yet to find them in my area, so he is sending me those. So I don't have any idea what quality they're like yet. But
speaking of which, Mr. Studio Series 86, and then one thing that's like out of left field. You're next.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is funny. Your next item you said you don't even have, but
I thought I'd have it by now. But it is Studio
I
Series
didn't have.
86 Leader Class Slag. No
one's from the
Now I
UK
can't be
here. You're
monetized.
safe.
Anyway, I think from everything I have seen, and I actually have a friend who let me check his out. It's a great figure. It's again just as solid as Grimlock is. I think the continuation with the quality, the transformation, the looks, it looks literally like he stepped off the screen. I think it's a great figure. Again, they had to include some crappy, squatty, bathroom-going guy in with the toy.
He looks like he transforms from a toilet too.
Yeah. He's busy popping a squat, so But other than that, the one thing I will say is, and you can order upgrade kits online. He did, again, like Grimlock, need a sword to come with him. But other than that, I think it's a fantastic figure and I highly suggest putting on your Christmas list. I really do. So, yeah. Moving on.
I agree. I mean, the little gap in Grimlock's, what was that like? Grimlock feels light, but I think Slug makes up for it. He feels like he's plentiful. Is
that what you're talking about? You see that?
No. That's just so the kids don't bite themselves. No, it's just Grimlock feels like he's full of air, but like Slag has some real mass to him.
Grimlock,
yeah, there's a difference.
There is a difference. He is a bit lighter than Slag. I've weighed them both. There's like maybe a sixth of an ounce difference. Really, I mean, so. But I think Slag is really worth it. And I really, really enjoy the direction they are going with the Studio Series 86 Dinobots. If Swoop and Sludge and Snarl are as good as the first 2, I think us collectors are going to have excellent representations on our shelves.
So I just have a quick sponsor just for the second. That was our sponsor.
But wiser.
I'm
Optination, I'm kind of confused why this is listed as deluxe, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, I don't know why it's listed as deluxe either, but yeah. So I chose Generation Selects Deluxe, if you will, Decepticon Sandstorm, and I like this figure because the colors right off the bat just look like he's been through a sandstorm. They really mix well, and it looks like he's been in a desert. And it's a little bit up there at $32. But I don't have this figure personally. But from what I've seen, the jet mode is really awesome. My boy, Mighty Beastman, actually, I think he has this figure. And it's just a really awesome figure. I mean, the legs look a little bit bulky. But it should have some good articulation. I'm going to be receiving him within, I think, the next few weeks as he gets shipped to me. But yeah, I really highly recommend this figure for the holidays.
Why are people fighting about Beast Wars and Beast Machines in the chat?
We'll blame Rose Wolf 29.
All right, who's next? Eating Meeny Miny Soundwave 8084.
I chose Generation Selects Galvatron. Just because it's a good update of the G1 toy. I always like the G1 toy colors. And also, you can slide them in for your Marvel UK comic kind of look. And the Galvatron figure is nice. I don't know. You got to pose them just right to really get I think, a good look. Because if you just stand them straight up in a regular stance, he looks kind of gorilla-ish. The arms are too long. I don't know. But it's just a good look for him. I just picked it because I like the G1 toy look.
Yeah,
Now,
I need a Galvatron.
Now, we know the original Galvatron's first run had the upside-down shoulders.
Yeah.
Was that fixed out in the release of this version?
Yeah, I got it. It's right on this one. So.
Yeah, well, the original first releases of the Galvatron did have that problem. However, most of the retail versions had the correct shoulder positioning on them, but the initial release did not. Like people who pre-ordered him got the wrong. The shoulders are set wrong. But after that, the initial second wave, per se, if you want to call it, regular retail releases, store releases, the shoulder issue wasn't an issue. So on mine, it wasn't an issue. No, I bought it regular retail. I got it at a Target, and it was just fine.
My first Galvatron had the shoulder issue. I got at Target, and I got one a week ago that didn't have the problem. So I have 3 Galvatron. Don't know why I need 3, but I do.
And then the next version of that recolor, well, no, I don't think there's any retooling. Is that other version that's coming out? With the sort of the Unicron, reformatted look, and that looks amazing. That really does. That looks amazing. I normally don't buy 2 of one mold, but that I'd say would be worth getting.
So for stop motion animation purposes, I'm gonna buy that reformat Galvatron. However, I would have much preferred having a reformat version of either Earthrise or really more preferably the Siege Megatron, because the Earthrise has a terrible looking head that reminds me of Cyberverse. But I think that would be really cool having a reformat Megatron, because that would sell out like crazy.
Didn't they do the reformat Megatron in the Red Series only, though?
So for the Red Series, the robot enhanced designs, yes. But that just makes it much more of an idea that they'll use for the regular transformable figures. It's just, clear plastic and stuff, but I'll never take it out of robot mode. There really wouldn't be any reason to if it's a reformat version.
Okay. Anthony put, go ahead.
So Input had next on his list, and I actually like the jib of this dude. This is War for Cybertron deep cover. I think this is the Netflix one, right?
Yeah, that's the Netflix one, and the Selects is superior. But go on.
Yeah, see, I agree with you. I got the black Selects one because I like the darker color, and then I turned him into a Decepticon. But I mean, still, as a side swipe mode, he still looks pretty freaking good. I just love the swoop of it, the general look. I could have done without the damage because it makes it look like he just drives under vehicles to purposely damage himself. I just don't like the detail on the windshield and the front end, but the blue color really pops on this figure. And I'm surprised you can still get him on the Pulse website. But he generally just looks freaking good for a quote unquote Cybertronian race car.
I passed on it.
I would say like that the regular generation Selects. A deep cover is great because it is a straight homage to the e-hobby version of it, but both of them together, like they just kind of diversify, the little Lambo brothers, right? And for some reason, like regular deep cover looks good next to Red Alert, like as if Red Alert's like buddy or his boss, like higher rank. But this guy is just like, man, I don't care. Like it's just like I'm hanging out with Sideswipe and Sunstreaker because they're cooler.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, we have another sponsorship, and this one I'm just going to say myself. So thanks to the generosity that is Retgar, we are now sponsored by Garbage Wipes. Another man's garbage is another man's trash. With that out of the way, my next pick is going to be for the Studio Series live action series, and some people might disagree with me on this. I know people like Jolt and Bumblebee and Grindor, but I've also heard some mixed feelings. Like Grindor is the same as Blackout, so I didn't buy it. Jolt had a lot of problems, so I didn't buy it. Bumblebee is the same thing, so I didn't buy it. So the figure that I chose is actually two figures technically. Because I feel like one people would be more associated with, and then the other is a personal favorite. But I went with the Bumblebee Movie Seekers, Starscream and Thrust. I think that they're very nicely sized. I think they look very good together. Thrust is a personal choice because I've always liked Thrust, and I like the fact that it's a reference to Armada, because my favorite color is green. So, that just all fits into place. And I think the Starscream does look very nice next to him. The only thing about Starscream I don't like is the face. I think it looks dumb. But besides that, I mean, the colors are nice and vibrant on Starscream. And then, Thrust has a lot of gray and the green kind of fades into it. But I think he does pretty fair for, what it is. And we know that they're going to do more. I'm not sure about the Skywarp when they're going to do that. But Thundercracker, I'm pretty sure he's down the road. So.
I really do like the Studio Series 72 Starscream mold. I did not think when I initially picked it up that I would enjoy it as much as I did. It's a pretty, except for the issue with the parts of the transformation. Okay. I guess I better elaborate a bit. So when you transform him, there are some paper-thin pieces of plastic in the leg that end up in the transformation, and they are exactly as I said, paper-thin, and I dislike that paper-thin plastic that they use here for these parts. I mean, that's just silly how thin it is. But I do think he is a great figure. I do agree with you with the head sculpt needs some work, but this is a fantastic figure, and I think collectors will be very happy. They look great. I've seen the Thrust. I've been meant to pick it up. I haven't yet, but I think this is a fantastic figure. I completely agree. even it is a very solid figure. It has an interesting transformation, a bit complicated when it comes to the legs, but that's okay. It's fairly intuitive, and both modes look very accurate to what you see on the screen. Totally agree with you, Brian. Totally agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I like how, because Anthony, you got it up there, like alt mode, from that perspective, it doesn't quite look like it. But if you look at it from like the back or straight onto it, it reminds me very much of the B as in Bravo wing, like B wing from Star Wars. It kind of has that kind of look to it, and it's just such a unique take on the Pyramid Fighter or Tetrajet Fighter that we're used to with
It
Seekers.
looks like a cross between that and then something from Star Fox.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, the R-Wing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
And that alt mode also doubles as the Goblin glider. Green Goblin.
I hadn't thought of that. Clever.
20 more days and we can watch the Goblin Glider on the movies at Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah.
Can't wait for that. Oh. Anyways,
All right.
Crimson Raptors.
Yeah,
We're gonna
so
skip you. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, my third one here is because the first two, like if you follow the links to
You
TF
caught my
Reviewers,
interest, scratch his chin, raise his
with
eyebrow.
tfreviewers.wordpress.com, link in the description below. But so the first two were for Amazon, and this one is right now it's an exclusive to Target, and it's the buzzworthy Bumblebee War for Cybertron Deluxe Origin Bumblebee, so his Cybertronian mode from Generation 1. And I so just, when I saw this figure, and it was just at the time I was about to put Bumblebee in my stop motion animation where I was going to start kind of filming some stuff for him. And I was like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because I feel like something's going on. Because the Netflix Bumblebee is great if you want a Volkswagen. But this one is just, it's perfect. I mean, there's the Moss Toys one from back in the day. Nobody likes Moss Toys anymore, for their business purposes. But this is an affordable one. This is one that you can get for, $10 cheaper than the Moss Toys one. And it's just a perfect rendition of the figure. The only thing that's kind of weird, if Ninja Bill, if you can kind of hold him up a little more, you can see his legs. So I've noticed something here, like on the front of his shins, it's painted black right there. Well, I kind of figured something's kind of weird, like it was that black plastic, was it a covering? And it's a little plastic covering on it. But if you were to paint that yellow, then it actually makes, Bumblebee look more like a cartoon version of him, because he's already got that chest and everything. So I'm not really quite sure where they went out of the way to put black shins there, an additional piece on top. It does add great detail. It's just kind of a weird design choice. I'm not really sure what that's referencing, if anybody in chat knows or anybody on the panel knows, because the original toy does have those long black legs, but not in the cartoon version of their yellow. But I do really recommend it. I hope we get a wheeljack, an Origin wheeljack, and an Origin Jazz, because those would just be so complimentary to them both.
What the hell was laughing? Anyone else hear that?
Yes. So I would agree with him, and also as I shown while he was talking, he does. If you don't like all this kibble on him, it is easily removed, and as you saw, easily replaced while he was talking. So you can take off this kibble on his legs and on his back if you don't like that. If you want a nice clean look, you can do that easily enough. They are just on pegs that you can just simply take on and off, and you can have a cleaner look to him if you so choose it, and have just this figure. If that's what you prefer, you can have just this figure alone, or you can put that kibble back on them. It's totally up to you. He's not a parts former per se, but you can take all that kibble off if you want and have this look. So you could have your cake and eat it too with this figure. And as Crimson Raptor said, you could probably, if you don't like this black here, you can always paint it. So there you go. My only. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Ninja Will. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say my only complaint about this figure so far is because of the way it is engineered. I wish there was some extra tabbing in. Okay, so when you transform it, this section here becomes part of, needs to tab in to the arms. I do wish there was a small tab in the legs to better tab in to solidify the alt mode better, because it's in such a way when you transform it, it doesn't tab in solidly. There's a gap there between the body and the window. Uh, uh, um, this section here, there's a gap there that I just don't like. And try as I may, try as might, it does not hold together very well, because if you start to really click it in together, the back will come undone or something else will come undone. All it needed was maybe a tab in here to correct that. So that's my one complaint. Otherwise, it's a fantastic figure.
I don't think I had that problem with mine though, so I don't know if there's more extra flash maybe on it, or plastic, or maybe add a little bit of.
This is my second one, and both of them had the same problem. I've checked and rechecked. It's this section when you're tabbing it in. This section when you're tabbing it in, it needed a tab right in here, because that tab that comes on it is just not big enough. It's not, or no. Yeah, this section right here. You see those tabs right there? They're too shallow, is what the problem is on the feet. They're too shallow. These tabs on either side, they're too shallow.
Okay, that makes sense. I didn't want to say Runus. I think that's how you say it, or Ronus. Or maybe it's Ronus. Says that he'd like to see the Origins Bumblebee mold as a cliff jumper. I would like to see a kind of a more of a retool for cliff jumper, not just a head swap, but maybe give him more of that War Within look. Because the War Within look for cliff jumper is a little bit different than Bumblebee. But I also would like to see Glyph and Tap Out. I'd like to see both of them recolored. And maybe a Cybertronian bug bite could work too. So I don't know. Those are some good ideas that would be in like a Generation Selects line or Legacy, something we see down the line. Because this mold is just, this is the first, I think, 100% complete mold. Or no, it's the second one. Because we had that little one that looked like Bumper and the one-step Spike. But this mold is totally worth it, no matter whatever price you pay for it. I mean, it's just an amazing figure.
Anyways, that went a lot longer than I thought it would.
Hey, that was Ninja Bill's fault, not my fault that time.
Yes, I don't know. That's Crimson Raptor's fault because he intrigued me. So, you know it's totally his fault.
Ninja Bill, you need to stop talking and let someone else talk. The next one, anyways, Ninja Bill is the next one that.
Okay, so for my next one,
Studio Series 86 figure, because I've noticed the trend.
Yes, it is, as a matter of fact, the same one you recommended, which is Rekgar. Hey, I posted my list before you did. Ha! Dun, dun, dun. But no, I do think it is a good figure. I think Brian or TF Fan Page 101 nailed all the points that you need to know about this guy. He's got a clean transformation. It's simple. It's intuitive. He looks great in both modes. I think even the weapon storage, as you saw, is pretty clever rather than just hanging it off the side like some, traditionally they, in previous ones they'd have it in some sort of exhaust or something. I never did care for that. I do like this figure. I do wish this was a bit more like the Generations one, where it could fold out to be longer. But otherwise, it's simple, it's clean, it does the job. And I do like it. Some people haven't even mentioned there's even details on the back of his head to look like, the dials you find on a typical motorcycle. I think that's clever.
I did in the review.
Yeah. I think it's clever how they used his head inside this section. I thought it was going to be one section, but no, it's two. There's head inside this. I think it's a very cleverly well done, well made figure. He feels solid. He even feels heavier than some of the other figures. I mean, when you compare him to other figures, he feels heavier. So I think it's a great selection. Just enough paint on him to accentuate the colored plastic to make him look like, he does in the films, and it's great. And even has ball jointed little blasters, or whatever you would like to call them, something different while he's in robot mode, I'm sure. But
Yep.
I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it. Keep it clean. But yes, he has his blaster
Clean nipples.
clean nipples.
Do you realize he's metal, so it's always cold nipples?
Oh, demonetized.
Demonetized right there. I see. I was trying to keep it clean, but no. We had to go there. But no, I do think it's great. I think, yeah, it's great.
I do like how I like the callback in the movie. That the Transformers movie where Hot Rod says to Cup, guns aren't exactly friendly, and Cup's like, neither are they. If you, it's like looking at Rick pointed at him.
If I had one complaint about this figure, I think the spikes on the sides here are too long. I do wish they sort of would collapse in a bit more. I do think they're a bit too long for the vehicle mode. And a lot of people have the same problem I did, where, as you can see, some of them are indeed, bent up a little bit in packaging. And all you need to do is take a hairdryer. This side was much worse than it is now. Had to take a hairdryer to it and straighten it out. But if I have one complaint, that is, I think these are a bit too long, but they are screen accurate.
But
I would like to point out, if you live in north central Ohio, both the Sweep and Wreck are appearing in stores right now. So it's your opportunity to get one if you haven't, assuming you live in this area, of course.
Yeah, and if he's got those long things in the tire, he's got to have those to smash into. Even though it was a Junkion, it was a Wreck car. But he's got to be able to smash into Earthrise RC and tear that thing off the road, right?
Yeah, there you go.
I made a mistake of teaching Brian new things, so now he knows how to do what he's doing.
What are we? Look, you're not supposed to feed him after midnight, and you're not supposed to teach him new things. What have we told you?
Guess what? Surprise! It's Optimation.
So Ninja Bill, really quickly, I saw in the chat, Beastman Review was asking, how do some of the characters look riding on him?
Oh, they look pretty good. Well, I've only put Optimus Prime on him. I've put SS86 Hot Rod on him. They look okay. It's not really all that natural of a rider code.
What would we call that riding position?
I'm not sure I want to say it. Or he wants to be monetized.
I believe it's canine style, isn't it? Canine style. That's the correct official scientific position, right?
Sure.
So alrighty. So for my next recommendation, I chose Generations Warfare Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe Wheeljack. And this figure, I love this figure because, one, I love Wheeljack, and two, he also comes with one of those awesome reflector cards that I got with the Arc, and I just love the way that he looks really awesome as he did in the Bumblebee movie. Actually, almost looks screen accurate. That would be cool if they would have added in some light piping for like, how when he talks and he lights up, that would have been cool. But other than that, the transformation is it's okay, but I would highly recommend this figure, and he's only $23. And this figure I would recommend for the holidays as well.
Him and Exhaust, I thought, were great figures.
I wish I got Exhaust.
The scaling is so perfect in this series. He looks good. Exhaust looks good. It's just I don't know how else to put it. It's kind of how I feel about like having Sideswipe and Sunstreaker together. You know, they look good complementing each other.
The one
Yeah.
thing I don't like about this Wheeljack is the feet. I don't like them. They got a couple of hinges where the heel kind of goes up and it just wobbles around. I wish that was better designed. Actually, I don't like the legs in general, and I will admit I find the figure bland. I mean, he should have bigger wings. He should have that like a bigger rocket launcher or a rifle or a wrench.
He lacked enough accessories. I picked up the Matrix. What is it? The Matrix Studios, whatever it is, I forget what it is. M21 upgrade kit for the Siege Ratchet. But I actually use a lot of those pieces for Wheeljack, and they've got an SS86.
Wow.
They got a Studio Series Bumblebee Ratchet or Wheeljack coming out pretty soon, if it is not already out. So if you like the movie Bumblebee movie Wheeljack, you'll be able to purchase one.
Yeah, that Studio Series Bumblebee Wheeljack looks really awesome too, and I'd say for people who don't know that M21 Matrix Workshop kit has like 30 different attachments for Ratchet. Really, anybody that has a 5mm peg.
It's a nice kit. It offers quite a lot of tools and whatnot to fit in for all your Transformers needs there. And now they're pulling out of the box, like saws and just a ton of accessories and another one fell out that you can.
Yeah.
And there goes another one and another. Oh, there. And now the box is empty. This is what you get in the box. No, you get a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so Soundwave,
hey,
you have a mod on yours.
Yeah, I don't remember which one. I know the gun and the shoulder cannon, I think, is non-F. The back, I'm not sure. I think it's Go Better. I'm not positive on who this is. The spoiler stays on. It just folds out, and then the wings can fold underneath the spoiler, so they stay on all times. Even during transformation.
Anthony, if you blow him up, we can see what he was talking about there on that fig.
I don't know how to do things.
Here. Oh,
Hey, it's the wrong thing, dude.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Soundwave. There you go.
There we go.
Sorry. Sorry.
No, it stays on. You fold these in underneath it, and it just folds up for the vehicle mode.
Yeah,
I don't know
those
which
are the
company it is. I got off eBay. I think it's Go Better, but I'm not positive.
I think non-F did the folding one.
Maybe it is non-F. I got so many. I bought like 3 different ones for this guy. I have no idea why I have on. I gave the others to Exhaust. I got so many kits. I get lost and buried in them.
In answer to Beastman review, yes, I have heard of them.
Brian, stop, man. We got to move on to the next topic, and it's Soundwave still.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Oops, sorry. Okay, there we go.
Oh, my next choice. I went over $100. I recommended the Arc just for playability. Don't go into this thing thinking it's like Scorponok or Omega Supreme with quality, because it's not. It's just you can tell it feels like a big Cyberverse toy in the terms of the plastic, but it's got playability. And if you want a Teletran 1, which also can become mainframe, you get that. You get the golden discs. You get a little mini, like 1/2 inch tall Optimus Prime. I think you can use with the Unicron or something. I don't know, but it sits inside of the Arc, and it's just mainly for playability. It looks cool. I just wanted to just put it, butt end out on the shelf and put some figures in front of it. But
I got the Arc for one reason and one reason only: to go along with Purple Potato, to sit beside Purple Potato. That's literally the reason. Sit by Purple Potato, and if people aren't familiar, that's a third-party figure. It's supposed to be a representation of a commercially licensed product that you find in Transformers, but it's definitely not him. So, Purple Potato transforms into a representation of a ship that is also licensed that we can talk about, and that is called the Nemesis, and figures Shockwave, and it's anyway. Moving on.
I was about to say,
man, I'll tell you what,
internet or something. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, that Soundwave 84, just spoiled the whole War for Cybertron trilogy series. Great going, man, by showing us the art.
I haven't even finished that yet.
Well, you bought the arc, but you haven't finished the series yet.
No, the series is boring me a little bit. I gotta get it back into it.
Nobody needs to watch the series to buy the arc.
I just want it for the
True,
vehicle mode. Just put the butt in, facing out.
You buy it
Brian-
for the vehicle mode, and you get about
Brian-
$120 extra of parts to add on to it to fill it out and never transform it.
Yeah, Brian, didn't you do like a review of the Netflix series?
Yeah, I did, and it was like, this part is okay relative to everything else, but it's still the same.
Okay, so Soundwave, you just saw his review. Now you're accomplished. That's it. You're done.
There.
Yep.
I mean, I did a review of the arc, so
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also smash the merch store.
Remember when you buy the arc, you can have Black Arachnia in front of it, and she can say, "It's the arc," like real dramatically. It's just perfect, right?
Yeah, isn't the exact quote like "Holy tamales, it's the arc"?
Yeah, she did have like a Mexican thing going on.
I thought it was cannoli. She was talking about food. Holy cannoli
Holy
is the arc.
pepperoni.
Yeah, I thought she was talking about food.
She said,
Cannoli.
"Silverbolt, it's the arc! It's the
And
arc!"
Rothrock was there saying, "Chopper face, it's the arc, yo."
Anyways, not input, the liar. Go ahead.
Okay, so I feel like Input was hungry when he made this list because when he sent it to me, I was like, KFC double decker. Isn't that the sandwich with the two chickens with like cheese in the middle or something? And he's like, no, what are you talking about? I'm like, you said the KFC double decker. He's like, no. I mean KFC double deck. And I'm like, oh. And then here's the link. So that's a thing. So this is Shattered Glass Blaster, which we are actually going to.
Shattered Glass Blaster.
Is
That's
it?
twin
What,
glass.
it's not Shattered Glass
No,
Blaster
no,
because the
no,
colors
no,
are
that's
slightly
twin
off.
cat.
Because we
cat.
are getting a Shattered Glass Blaster in the in the Shattered Glass line.
Yeah, but
What
that's
does
not
this
Shattered
look
Glass
like?
Blaster.
This looks like Blaster in colors.
So it's a Japanese headmaster version of Blaster. After he gets in a fight with Soundwave, and they end
Which
up
turns him
kind of-
into Sound Blaster.
Yeah, he kills.
Oh,
he
is it
kills
Sound
Soundwave.
Blaster?
No, it's
No,
Twin
no.
Cast.
No, hold on. I'm explaining it. So he killed Soundwave and Blaster. Finally, have their big fight, and Blaster kills Soundwave, and Soundwave pretty much destroys Blaster. And Blaster is rebuilt into Twin Cast, which is what this double deck by KFC, the third party Keith's Fantasy Club. No relation to Kentucky Fried Chicken, but that's where this comes from. Soundwave is
Shattered
rebuilt
Glass
into Sound
Blaster-
Blaster.
Shattered Glass Blaster, I believe, is black.
Note to input. This is why I shouldn't be doing things for you. I saw Headmasters once 2 years ago, like legit once.
Now, if you watch the Headmaster's dub, you'll know that this
If
Twin
you
Cast
bothered watching it,
is Blaster, while his Blaster form is called Billy. So he's not known as Billy anymore.
Billy
He
Eilish.
do.
I'm the bad.
You threw a whole bunch of
Sound
information at
Blaster.
me that I'll forget tomorrow at work.
Right. See, you don't have to. That's what I do. Right. That's my claim to fame.
On to
I'm right there
Brian.
with you. For reference, I'm right there with you, Crimson. I'm right there with you. I got you. I got your back.
And Sound Blaster in Headmaster's dub is known as New Soundwave. Isn't that awesome?
That's lazy writing.
Which is totally
It
crap.
really is. Yeah,
It
it's really. They just didn't know. They didn't know. Like, well, who are these called? I was like, well, he's just New Soundwave. Oh, okay.
That's it. You're going to be new input from now on.
No.
Anthony.
I mean, unless I get all his Titans, I'm not taking that name. By the way, you can find Input's channel on N-Input, NDASH PT on YouTube.
Anyways, so I'm going to go next, but first we have a sponsor. You ever get annoyed by toilet paper tubes? No? Okay, well then never mind. So the next thing we've got on my list, I decided to go for a kingdom thing. Uh-oh. Someone's writing something. Oh, okay. The next one is just kingdom in general, but this is a personal thing. When I heard that they were doing Beast Wars, I said, if they don't do this, then they have ruined everything. But they did the character. Only took him to the second wave, which he should have been the first wave so that everyone could buy it. But regardless, here he is. Dinobot! Yay! I love the character so much. And yes, the alt mode does have problems. I mean, look at that stupid looking raptor. Look at how dumb he is. Look at that. You can't take him. Then that's adorable. He's like, I'm a little innocent little raptor. I'm a slitherous snake.
As a raptor, I take offense to the underbite that figure has in beast mode.
That's inbreeding.
Inbreeding. Yes.
Something.
He's from.
Wait, which one?
He's from some southern state in the state that we dare not mention because we might offend them.
Anyways, I think the detail on the actual raptor skin itself does look very nice. The transformation is kind of cool, and then the robot mode. If you could get to the robot mode. Get to the robot mode. Robot mode.
He's making it dance.
Robot mode. There he is. Look at that. He's styling. Gucci. Supreme. Other words that are good. He's got blue and the head. My God, the head is it's killing it.
That's a sexy head.
The purple thing, I don't want to talk about it. But other than that, he's just a gorgeous looking figure. He's so much
Very
fun.
phallic.
You want to keep monetized so that purple thing stays whatever it is.
Sword.
See, the
we're gonna call it
purple
sword? Okay.
sword. See, the purple sword is just an homage to the universe.
Sword. We want to monetize. Sword.
Sword. That's the sound.
Yeah, I'll say one of the things about that Dinobot is I was really disappointed with. I mean, the robot mode is incredible, right? Like Brian told me right on that. But the alt mode head, if you go out and you get like the Jurassic World little attack packs, or you get the larger Amber collection of Velociraptors, you can't just swap the heads with that beast mode because the head on the Amber collection is too big and the one on the attack pack's too small to fill in the chest. It's just like, how could they ruin this so badly? And
so
just
you're gonna
the
have
head,
to go to a dollar store and get the head.
I have to
pretty
ask,
much.
because I've had mine for a month or two now. Is anybody else's legs still super tight? Like just really hard to move?
It was, but it seems fine now.
It's just it really is difficult to.
I can't speak to it because I passed on the figure. I'll be honest. A lot of the Kingdom Beast Wars figures I've passed. I've not picked up. I have no interest in them.
And Ninja Bill's gonna be cut off now.
Look, hey, I have Rhinox. The leg broke because
you got the worst figure in the line. Okay.
And I got Air Razor, and I got
one of the best figures in the line.
And I got Netflix,
Air Razor, but then I was like,
I got Netflix, Optimus Primal, and Rat Trap, and I think Rat Trap is probably the worst toy I've ever experienced.
Well, I'll say that, because Beastman review brings up a good point that Ninja Bill talked about Grimlock, SS86 Grimlock, and Brian talks about Dinobot, is they do both have that gap in front of their teeth in their alt mode, in their beast mode, which is completely unnecessary because you know who doesn't have that gap? Paleotrex. And he's a skeleton of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. So you got no excuse, Hasbro.
You're supposed to take that skull and then insert it into Dinobot.
Exactly. Yeah, I could do that. Maybe flesh it out with some. Actually, I wonder if that would work. You flesh it out with some clay and then bake it. I don't think you can bake plastic, but you could try. You know what? Don't try it at home, kids. Don't try it at home.
I don't want. I'm thinking of that, and now I'm like, I don't want that.
Placidip.
Okay, so I went ahead. Crimson Raptors, the one who's nitpicky about dinosaurs, can go ahead.
Gee, I wonder why. No, so
It's
so
not
mine
crimson
is
enough.
it's not crimson enough. It's not raptor enough for me.
Are you
So I'll
Raptor
say
enough
that.
for the Raptor Club? Anyways, go on.
So I will say with my next one, I would definitely recommend on a holiday buying guide, because I forgot that's what we're doing here, right? Recommending these. So is
Thanks for reading the script.
Studio hey, I don't read the script. Script reads me. So Studio Series 86 Voyager Hot Rod. It doesn't look like Anthony at all. But no, I'm just kidding. No, the Hot Rod is just, look, I mean, this is the best figure we're ever gonna get. I don't really care much for the Takara Masterpiece Hot Rod, because his alt mode is based on the season 3, the ACOM Studio alt mode, and I like the fans toys, third party Hoodlum, which is Hot Rod, and that is more based on the movie version, but is a pain to transform. This one is going to be the best we're probably ever going to get. Yes, my nitpick would be yellow plastic on the hood. I would like to have been more matching plastic, because it's a joint situation, but everything else about this figure is amazing. You can get him posed where he's got his arms up at an angle, shooting at the Autobot shuttle, with the Decepticons in it. He's got his head flips up. He's got the visor that comes down. He comes with the Matrix, which of course we needed like a 17th version of that, right? But here's a character who did use the Matrix, right? He's got Matrix bursts. He's got some effects. He's got his guns that he used in the Burden Hardest to Bear in season 3 episode, and a little bit in Headmasters. He used it a couple of times in Headmasters when he was Hot Rod, and it's just an amazing, just everything that was put into this figure. Don't let anybody say any different. Yes, you could say, oh, this is a deluxe figure in Voyager pricing and packaging, but everything you get with him makes up for anything like that. I mean, don't go by any of the naysaying, because this is the best figure we're probably ever going to have. You got the Titans Return one, has a Headmaster. It's loose as crap. You got the Classics one, which has a great alt mode, but the robot mode is a mess. This is probably the best Hot Rod we're ever going to get, and I highly recommend it. I still get it at its retail, very available online. Really kind of everywhere, right? But like, I have the link that's in there at tfreviewers.wordpress.com for Hasbro Pulse. It's still available. You can get them on Amazon, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, everywhere has this Hot Rod, because it is the best version that we're probably ever going to get.
No comment.
That is one Hot Rod.
Exactly. I agree.
No comment. I'm next, aren't I? Yes.
Not yet. Okay, now.
Well, now I don't want to. No, I will. My next is the Studio Series, and let's just skip all of that and just say Scourge and Sweeps. We have the Studio Series Scourge and Sweep, and either one you get, I think, is probably the best representations we've ever had of the character outside of a third party. I really do like them. And the best thing about it is, even if you don't like the darker colors on Scourge, you can use the lighter one as Scourge, depending on the cell animation that episode. Well, it could be one color or the other, really. They're great representations. They're exactly the same, except for the color and the mirrored hands, literally the same mold. And they're fantastic. The transformation is fun. It's simple. The end results are a great looking figure with not a lot of gaps in the alt mode. It's fantastic. Yes, they have the same, everything, and they should. My one complaint would have been, I would have liked maybe to have a different face on the Sweep. slightly different, emotion projected on there or something. I don't know, but they are fantastic figure. Some people have complained about all the kibble. That doesn't bother me. I don't display my figures backwards on the shelf, so it doesn't bother me at all. And I do really like them. I think they're great representations. If you can find one, or if your family member gets you one for Christmas, you're going to greatly enjoy it. They're typically well priced, very reasonable price for what they are, and it looks good. Very well molded, very well colored for what they are. And I like them. I like the head sculpts too. This fantastic head sculpt. I like it. He's just got this, he's got this stern look on his face, that says "Scream Scourge." And the best thing is, yes, that too. And the best thing is, even if you have the older toys, the Generations ones or whatnot, you can still use those as sweeps. Keep, one of these as your Scourge, and use all the other iterations that have come out previously as sweeps. That's the best thing about it. You can, army build with your older generation toys. So it's fantastic, and I highly recommend them both.
Oh, I'm supposed to do my job. Optination.
Alrighty. So for my next recommendation, that would have to be Dark of the Moon Dino. The Studio Series, sorry. And this figure I love because I love Dino, and the car mode to me is a little bit chunky. I don't know if you guys would agree with me on that, but
I just want to quickly say that I understand where Transformers is coming from with the Ferrari license. Did you know that Hot Wheels lost the license to Ferrari a couple of years back?
Really?
Yeah. Which is funny because they used to do Ferraris all the time, but I got told recently and I realized, oh, yeah, they stopped making Ferraris.
Wow, I did not know that. That is interesting. Huh.
I like Hot Wheels.
Yeah, so do I. And actually, so does Beastman Reviews. But anyway, so yeah, the Ferrari alt mode looks a little bit chunky to me. But and I'm not sure if it's just me, but he has a little bit of a Bumblebee looking design just because of the wing doors, if you will. But at $23, he's not a bad figure. I mean, the feet look really posable. I still need to get this figure myself. But other than that, yeah.
See, the thing about this is the funny thing. I've actually got the third party Farage, and I like that too. But speaking of Hot Wheels, I think it was about 2010, I want to say, but maybe it was no, I think it was 2012. They came out with a Ferrari 458 Italia, which is what Dino is based on. And, came out in red, so it's got some paintwork on the side too. I think it's got some like white and green on it, but aside from that, it pretty much looks like Dino. So I have a representation of that alt mode. So hooray for that! Soundwave.
Well, I was gonna do the sweep, but they've already been mentioned. So I'll throw a curveball. I'll recommend Kingdom RC. Everybody get this figure for Christmas. It's plentiful on the pegs. You can find her everywhere.
Ugh.
I'm muted. I mute myself.
No, you're not muted.
I mean, come on.
You can say the same thing. Don't recommend Arthur's RC. What are you trying to say?
No, they took my sweep. So we're gonna do RC.
Hey, I like RC. I like
You
her.
can find her everywhere. She's plentiful.
No.
She's on the pegs. You can find like 20 of her. She'll be on
Oh,
clearance.
wow, you can find her on the pegs because nobody's buying it. That's a good recommendation.
Exactly.
You can get it for Christmas. That'd be the one thing that's sitting. That and Wingfinger. You'll find both of them.
Get your kid underwear and Earthrise RC. It's all the same.
See,
They'll
now,
toss it to the side, throw it in the trash like they will the underwear.
I enjoy, unlike some others who shall remain nameless, I enjoy the figure. Yes, it has its share of problems, but overall, stylistically, aesthetically, it fits in with the rest of the
This
characters.
is the guy that's saying a bunch of lies.
You
I mean,
can
she
have her
transforms
two
into a
modes.
bar of vanilla
Exact, right there.
flavor,
Soundwave 884
flavored
nailed it.
vanilla
Just showing
scented
that.
soap with Himalayan pink salt infused. I mean,
There
that's
you
a
go.
terrible alt move.
You buy the
Get the Thrilling
upgrade
30.
kit,
Get the Picard Legends. Don't get this one.
I missed out on the Car Legends. I got the Generations version though. But yeah, you can buy that Go Better. I think it's Go Better set. Just knock that pin out, put that on the back, and you can just take this and you have the car just sitting around.
I actually have an easy fix for her. It's called Cyberverse RC.
That one's better.
That one's better.
Yeah, I should reckon that was a good RC.
That is a better toy. In my opinion, I think the Cyberverse RC is better. It has more paint on it. It has it has 1 point more of articulation than the Earthrise Kingdom one. Twice as much paint on it. I think she just looks like she's having a good time standing on a shelf. She has that big smile on her face, and yeah, I enjoy it. And I enjoy it. I think it's a better RC. It's a shelf former, no matter which way you go. Both of them are the same way in that aspect. But I think the Cyberverse Deluxe RC is a better toy, in my opinion. Others opinions may vary.
Two of my Cyberverse figures are not in the sunlight; they're actually in the shade. Why are they yellowing?
I had that problem with Cyberverse Deluxe Prowl in packaging before I even pulled him out. I have yellowing on the feet and in the shoulders. Before I even pulled him out of the packaging, you could see the yellowing going on in the feet. Look at that.
Huh.
Before I even pulled him out of the packaging, he already had this yellowing going on in the shoulders.
That's got to be
here
the
and in the
type
feet.
of plastic.
It's got to be.
Yeah, Proto Man did a video about it, and parts that don't have to transform or anything are used the lower quality plastic, which have the habit of yellowing.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, I do
love
like.
the toy. Go ahead.
I liked RC, Lifeline, and Elita for what they were because I didn't have anything better. But then I gave an RC to Rodimus Primal, and I think he was upset about it. He had to take it apart and alter it, so now it's not even the same RC I sent him. So,
well, you know what's funny about that RC is that Netflix Elita 1 does it better, Lifeline does it better, Thrilling 30. Both of those do that mold better, and it's if you compare all three of them, you look at it. Why are those two doing it better, even though they're the same thing with repaint on one and retool on Elita? Yeah, well, it's because they gave lipstick to both Elita 1 and Lifeline, but RC doesn't come with lipstick, but that's her claim to fame, is having that lipstick on there from the Transformers the movie all the way back then, and I agree with Ninja Bill. The alt mode on the Cyberverse one is really good. I just don't like that animated Transformers animated look to the face. So I almost wish we could get like Nightbird that we saw on the recent Cyberverse. That would be kind of cool as a
don't get me started on Nightbird. I think it's a mistake to have her as a look, she should have been a red line toy, no transformation whatsoever, and called it good. She does not need an alt mode. Don't get now.
Different universe. Different universe, though. It works in a different universe.
Nightbird does not need an alt mode. I'm strong. Anyway, let's move on.
So next is input, and we should probably kind of hurry up on some of these because we're getting a little late now.
Okay, so Input decided to mix it up a little bit, and I have the original version of this character, and so the fact that which if you saw the Masters of the Universe, the final half of episode or season 1, or the middle half of season 1, it's like the first 5-6 episodes. This happens, and this is Skelegod. So this is what happens when Skeletor gets a hold of the sword. And as you can see, he is a big mamma jamma. And he has the power. And apparently he has boogers. Very big boogers. And a cape.
So what is this from? Is this from
He-Man
Spawn or
Revelation.
something? Or what is it?
Masters of
This
the
is
Universe.
Masters of the Universe Revelation Multiverse Skelegod.
I think a Transformers fan would be disappointed to receive this as a gift.
I didn't pick it, man.
I'm just messing with you, Anthony.
Yeah, but apparently it's up for pre-order. So if you love the Masters of the Universe as much as Input does, he recommends that you acquire this particular bad guy.
He's shelf warming around here. You can find him everywhere.
But he looks cool.
Is he
though.
in stores? I thought it was just
So-
doing pre-orders.
Yeah, Target and Walmart. He's just sitting on the shelf. He's like,
Yeah, it's just because BBTS has not received their shipment yet, so it's still in pre-order for BBTS.
Oh,
just-
the pandemic! Everything is delayed.
It's just to clear that up. He is
Where's my
currently in
Tagatron?
retail, but some stores have not received their shipments yet, so you might find it on store shelves before you receive it with an online purchase, or you might receive your online purchase before you find it in retail. So there you go.
Now I was just kidding, but I will say that figure, like that one and the what is it, Scareglow? Those two figures from that line. I'm not even a He-Man fan, like at all. Like I've seen some of it, but never really any of it. And that Scareglow looks freaking awesome. And this Skelegod looks really awesome too. And they're very tempting just to have on the shelf for, just a really cool looking non-Transformers display. I mean, they are pretty neat. And the figures I've seen or heard, okay, not seen, but I've heard some of the reviews on them are really, really good with the articulation because Mattel knows what they're doing.
I can't have glow-in-the-dark figures when I'm sleeping because if I wake up and see it, my brain goes, "Oh crap, something's in the room," and then I wet myself. So I can't do that.
I have glow-in-the-dark Halo figures, and then my Bionicle collection has some glow-in-the-dark discs, and then also the Paraka from Bionicle have glow-in-the-dark teeth. So,
But do you
that's
sleep
cool.
in that room?
No.
And then you're
they're in
safe.
the other room. This is the other room. This is the collection room.
I'm done.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Nice shoes. Thanks. They're Vans.
What the?
Very clever.
So I'm going to talk about my bonus ones and then this because apparently something messed up in the listings. But my bonus one was going to be G2 Ramjet for the exclusives because I think for selects, just anything in general, I think he's still feasible to get. I wanted to go for deep cover, but I feel like that's an older toy that some people might not be able to get. So I just went with Ramjet. Also, I don't know where it went, but I did put vintage Optimus Primal for any of the old Beast Wars fans because I think this is a fun toy. Really, really glad to have it. Lots of gimmicks to it. Chunky boy. Wonderful figure. But instead of those, I went for the budget route. So I thought of something that's probably less than a deluxe that anyone can get. What's the best thing out there? And I've managed to find this a couple of times. I got one myself. It is the Kingdom Core Class Soundwave. Very simple transformation. Not much wrong with it, which is kind of funny considering the Earthrise figure. Like, I have a couple of problems with it, especially with the shoulders. Apparently, there's a... If anyone's got that Soundwave and knows that the arms are too tight when you bring them out, look inside the joint and see if you got stress marks around the joint, because he's prone to do that. But this Soundwave proved that you pretty much can just do it simply. It's got a little tiny laser beak inside his chest. It's got all the weapons that you need for him. I mean, the battery blaster, then the battery cannon thing. And you can have this guy with other Transformers in your collection because it's a cassette player. So it's perfect size. I could give it to Fortress Maximus, or I could give it to like. There you go. So. Very nice figure. I really enjoy it. He's blue, but he's not Shattered Glass Blaster. Okay, Anthony? Did you just drift off to somewhere else while I was saying that?
Because I have 3 screens and I'm trying to get the thing for Crimson ready. So,
Crimson?
Look it up over there.
We're talking about Brian's pick.
I've heard enough of him. No.
No, I'll say, backing you up there, Brian, that I have been tempted by that core class Soundwave, and he is now. I've only saw him once before, but now I see him. He is part of that whole holiday restock. He's so tempting, man, and especially because there's a Shockwave coming.
Get it.
But it's like he comes with a laser beak.
No. Get it.
It's like laser beak eject, and he's
look
like,
at him in his sexy pose. Come on.
Come on, you know you're tempted. How could you resist that, Crimson? How could
I got the Prime and the Megatron. The Starscream looks like crap. I'd rather have the New Age one, but the Soundwave looks really good. Really, really good.
Pick it up. Do it.
I've seen him in stores and most Targets that I have on my route. And I keep going, I don't need him. But then with Blaster being in a tape mode, and there's no chance of me finding the Netflix Blaster, or not Netflix, was it the Walmart Blaster? Which one was the one where Soundwave is actually in tape mode?
Netflix.
Is it Netflix? Yeah, the chance of me finding that without being scalped is not very good. So I've been debating buying the core class just so I could have a tape version.
Anyways, I've got both of them.
Yeah, so they're worth it. Look, it's worth it. It's worth it for the price you pay. If you pay more than $20 for it, it's not worth it. But man, that Soundwave core class it's a nice. Don't pay more than $20 for it, but it is a nice fig. Don't pay more than $20. I cannot stress that enough.
Oh God, no.
Brian, is that the Burt Reynolds pose that you have him in, or is that the?
It was just like, hey, sexy, how you doing?
Watch me take my tape in and out.
We'll see. Okay, so Anthony went a totally different direction, but I would say like you could get two Soundwaves, right? You could get two Soundwaves, paint one as Buzzsaw, the extra tape, right, or Rat Bat, right, and then paint the second one as Sound Blaster, and then you could be like, oh, cool, like you got two for the price.
Only 3D printed or third-party cassettes for this guy. It doesn't have to transform, just anything to replace Laserbeak.
The only unusual thing I can comment about that toy is the RED Soundwave's Laserbeak is virtually the same one. It's the same exact one.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Red sucks, so...
Yeah, I'm just saying, but that Laserbeak you receive with the Core Class Soundwave is the one you receive with the RED Soundwave. So if you want an extra Laserbeak, you pay up. The reason I say this is if you buy the RED Soundwave, you can use the tape and custom it into a buzzsaw if you wanted. So, typically, yes, he comes with Sound Blaster, but still, you could.
Wait.
Remember that Ninja Bill gets a little bit of commission every time he says RED Soundwave. Just to put that out there.
Wait. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
If that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sold. I already have it, but I'm sold.
Dubstep Rekgar right there.
Yeah, he's listening to garbage.
It's like his head is right next to his crotch. I can only think bad things.
Let's move along.
So my number 5 on this list of holiday buying guide is War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom. Now look, Commander Class Rodimus Prime. I just want to preference this by saying
that's not worth the Commander price point.
So I want to say that I understand there's controversy for that price and everything like that, but we actually got a trailer that's useful, unlike the little dinky one that we got with Earthrise Optimus Prime. So this is something where you can store all those 5mm weapons you've gotten that don't have a place anywhere else. But I will also say that the I don't like the character. I mean, I've gone on record saying this. I've never have liked the character of Rodimus
Is it because
Prime.
he killed Optimus?
So not Rodimus Prime. That's not his fault, right? It's really Hot Rod is the one that takes that blame, right? But because Hot Rod says,
Quite the distinction there.
forgive me. He says, forgive me, Prime. You know, that's why everybody blames Hot Rod, because he says, forgive me. He shouldn't have gotten in that fight. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is I love the character of Hot Rod. And the reason why I don't like Rodimus Prime is because he took that character of Hot Rod away from me. Because I love Hot Rod so much. He was just like, dude, that's so cool. Right. Like he's just an all-American boy, right? It's Hot Rod. But
I like to call it Emo Prime.
So what you're getting at is Hot Rod took Optimus Prime, and then Rodimus Prime took Hot Rod.
I mean, my thing is Rodimus Prime, like that figure is just, it's the perfect one we've probably will ever get. I mean, unless you go get the old Takara one, masterpiece from way back when, but the power of the primes was a step in the right direction, but with the wrong type of engineering. And you have like, I mean, could you imagine like at this point we would have a Voyager class figure? Yes, Commander class price because of all the trailery stuff comes with, but could you imagine that we had one that would have individual fingers in a main line? I mean, that's impossible. Like we had a hinge with Earthrise Prime, right? And then way back in the day, we had Skullgrin and Darkmount, as Darkmount's known as Straxus, you know, in the old generations line as, you know, having hinged fingers in a deluxe class. So it's just like having that kind of articulation for Rodimus Prime is a big, big deal. And as much as it's not my favorite character, the toy is amazing, and they look amazing next to Prime, to whether it's Earthrise or Siege Prime or Galvatron. Just everything about that figure is
agreed.
It's just amazing. I highly recommend it. He comes with so much stuff in that box. Like I thought Jetfire or Skyfire came with a bunch of stuff in his box, and Skylynx came with a bunch of stuff. But man, Rodimus Prime just totally fills out that box inside. I can't believe they got everything in there when I opened that up the first time. So highly recommended. That Big Bad Toy Store has them in stock. Other places do too, but at least Big Bad, you can do that $4 shipping to you and stuff. So really recommend that Rodimus Prime.
I agree. That is probably the best. I got the classics Rodimus, but this one is, other than the little problem with it tabbing the hood shut, there's no real QC issues with my copy. It is just it's an instant.
Agreed.
When you get it for the first time and you're trying to transform it without looking at the instructions, you really got to think about it, and that makes the transformation very interesting. And then with the base part, the trailer, it just makes sense. So I thought they couldn't do better, and I wish Optimus Prime would have been this quality.
Yeah, there's one. Yes, I wish the trailer would have been good.
Yeah, we definitely need a bigger trailer, and then it could do that. I would like a Cybertronian trailer with a Siege repack, right? I would like that, but I'd also like a larger one for Earthrise rather than having to hunt down. I know Dennis Moulton does a really good job, and his review of, I think it's Second Chance is the trailer. It's a third party, but they're called Second Chance, and they made one that works with Classics Optimus Prime, but it also works with the Earthrise Optimus Prime. And Dennis, got bought. Don't be afraid to correct me if that's the wrong name in there in the chat. But I know people are like, "What does Rodimus Prime separate from his trailer?" Well, the original concept was he's supposed to do that because that's what Optimus Prime does. That's what Ultra Magnus does. Remember, Ultra Magnus was an Autobot leader for a little while too, but they all are supposed to separate from their trailers. And the only time I think there's 2 times you get to see that happen. I think it's in the Burden for Hardest to Bear, but I know it's for sure in the Face of Namjika. That's one of the last episodes of season 3.
Yep.
And he separates from that trailer. He gets knocked out from it. And it's kind of like that's how it was supposed to work. It just never became a point to do that in the show. but yet the G1 toy was all about this battle platform, right? But he never got to use it in the show, and I just think it would have been really awesome for him to. So now we
Agreed.
get that again. Ninja Bill, what's your next pick, dude?
Yeah.
I was waiting for Brian. I was being polite. I was being polite and respectful and waiting for
Ninja
my.
Bill can't speak until when he beats me in a Beyblade battle. So
This isn't the place to be polite. This is the place
Okay,
for
so-
anarchy.
So for mine, I'm going away from the Transformers here, but the Bandai metal build Gundam ashtray gold frame of Matsumina or
I
Hana
don't remember this in Studio Series 86.
is probably one of the single best kits you can get. Period. It is a beautiful machine and a beautiful build, and it comes with, oh man, like 15 accessories. It is an amazing kit. It looks amazing on the shelf, and it is just plain awesome. The colors, I love the colors. Now, this is the Mina version. There's also a white and gold and red version that you can get. That's the Hina, I believe. This is the Mina, and it's an amazing kit. It also has an amazing price tag, as you can see there, for about $300. And it's a Bandai kit. I wanted to say Bandai P, but I know that's wrong. It's an amazing kit, and if you're a Gunpla guy like I am, you cannot miss out on this kit. You cannot miss out on it. You have to get it for your collection. It is an amazing kit. It looks spectacular. I wish we had Transformer characters that looked this good. I really do, because it's an amazing mobile suit. So I highly recommend it. I know not everyone here is a Gunpla guy like I am, but except for maybe Crimson. But it's an amazing kit, and I highly, highly recommend getting it. It's great, especially if you like building the real grade kits. It'd be right up your alley.
Yeah, I'll say on there that just so for the people that aren't aware, Gunpla stands for Gundam Plastic Model Kit, or if you're an old fogey like me, you'll remember that those used to be called action figure model kits, where you actually built your robots out there.
Mark.
I have
Right, me too.
from Gunpla a sprue kit Master Chief, the big one, and then I have one of the Gundams.
Same concept where it's how everything is made, right? It's metal is cut, you got little trees or sprues,
Yep.
How they're all kind of set up, and then it's mold injected, right? And then, but in this case, they ship it to you in a model kit form, and then you can clip them out and clean them up with X-Acto knives, with adult supervision.
And as the name might suggest, metal build, it has a metal frame on the inside for which you put the armor pieces over. So you have an articulated frame that you build, you assemble inside there, and it's inside the plastic armor pieces that'll go over it, and it's a fantastic kit, and I cannot recommend it enough. If your wallet can afford it. If your wallet starts crying just looking at that price tag, then that might be a different thing.
Right. But yeah, definitely, it's model kit building's a really relaxing thing, and it's good to have something to kind of focus on that, especially something that is that detailed. So good recommendation, Ninja Bill.
Thank you.
Next is Optination.
Alrighty. So for my next recommendation is Gigawatt. Sorry, messed it up. Generations Collaborative Back to the Future Mashup Gigawatt, and I actually have that figure right here.
He has it.
But what I love about him is first of all, you have the hopefully everyone can see that, the flux capacitor right there. And I love his eyes. To me, he looks like a little kid. I don't know. Does anyone else agree with that?
Look at
I think he's supposed to look like Doc in goggles, maybe.
Ah, okay. But
Yeah, he's pretty much got those steampunk goggles, or what is it, welder's goggles? I think is Doc Brown had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the what do you call it? I have the the hook that comes out. I just don't know where it is at the moment. But the wheels, they also one of them just fell off. I'll fix that later. Oops.
We'll get it in post.
Fix it in post.
It's a selling point.
But
yeah, great selling pitch.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
This figure definitely has really awesome detail. They did a really awesome job with this figure. At the price point of $32, it's a little bit up there, but it's not bad.
I kind of hope they'll release it again, but with like the Back to the Future 3 mods, because that would be super cool. Because I noticed Jada's doing the entire series of cars.
Yes, they are.
So yeah, so if they could definitely line that up with the Transformers one, that would be awesome.
I'm picking up the Jada ones. I didn't pick up this one. I passed on it, but that's only because I feel I didn't need a transforming one. But I definitely recommend the Jada ones if you run across them, folks. They're great. They also have Transformers in with the Jada toys, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Sideways, I believe. What among them, some are in 1/24 scale, one in 1/32 scale, I believe they do, and they also do a much smaller one, much smaller scale. Jada little, or no, this is Hollywood Rides. Pardon me, but
the nano machines, aren't they? Isn't that what they're called?
Yeah. This just super tiny little Bumblebee. You can barely see the Autobot symbol on there, but yeah, they are super tiny. For reference. And how tiny they are. Here it is next to Rat Trap. Tiny.
Yeah. Basically micro machine sized for
I have Gigawatt. I have the Back to the Future Hot Wheels. Two different versions of it. I have the normal one and then the flight mode. So definitely wanted the Gigawatt. And you were talking about re-releases. I think it just got kind of a re-release or a resell or something, because I noticed they picked up again recently.
Yeah, so I think actually, Brian, you might be the best kind of expert on this, but I know that there's the bigger version that's kind of like I don't know if it's 1/20th scale or something like that, but it's a bigger version of the Back to the Future cars that I think Jada has done or other people, another company has. But is there any version? Because I know Gigawatt, his tires can come in and they fold in, right? But is there any small, like Micro Machine style version or a Hot Wheels version?
I'm not an expert on the Back to the Future time machine. All I know is I got a couple of the cars, and I knew about the movie, so I wanted to get the Transformer. But what I will say is there's a Playmobil version, I think, of it, or is that the Ecto one? Or
there are
both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the 1/24 scale and the 1/100 scale cars, Hot Wheels, Matchbox type thing. So those versions of the time machine, Gigawatt, whatever you want to call it, the DeLorean there, I'll buy those. But Gigawatt is a good toy, so good recommendation.
Do you mean like the basic mainline Hot Wheels cars?
Some of them, not all of them, but some of them, yeah.
No, but like you'll see them for like $1 or something.
Yeah. Well, I usually buy the 2 or 3 or 5 pack ones if I'm gonna purchase them. Yeah.
My point is that's 164, not 124. I think.
No, 1/24 is the much larger ones. 1/24 scale.
What I was asking.
Yeah. I do buy the like the Jada Toys ones, and I sometimes buy the Matchbox ones. I've never bought a Hot Wheels 1/24 scale before, so Do they even offer them on the 24th? Oh, next.
Next one, I was just gonna recommend Studio Series 86 Jazz.
Jazz.
As a pick. If you got Power of the Primes, this one's a good step up. Actually, looks like he did in the cartoon or the movie. If you have the Reveal the Shield version, you might not have to get this version. But just for somebody who loves jazz, it's a good version to get. Just be aware of his backpack. His windshield is all transparent plastic, clear plastic. So just don't break that off. But
yeah, that's very prone to breaking. A lot of people have had that problem. But I will say that this Jazz definitely looks better than any of the other ones. Yes, even Reveal the Shields. I can't get over the fact that I want to like that toy, but the chest doesn't lock into anything. And
yeah, I like it, but he's too big. He doesn't really scale well. I never liked the alt mode of the Reveal the Shield because it looked like a Fisher Price toy from the back. I had to get toy out labels to give us some tail lights. Otherwise, it's just too plain.
I still say Power of the Primes sucks.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Well, I bought it. It's in the room somewhere. I never got any other version. I know they redid him as, was it Stepper?
Ricochet.
I loved it so much. I also got Ricochet.
The Ricochet mold, or like the Generation Selects version of that Power of the Primes Jazz for Ricochet is really, really good and will work great with the art fire that's coming out until they repaint the Studio Series Jazz into Ricochet.
It looks good because I like the black and gold, but it is still the same mold and problems.
I'll say that Studio Series 86 is probably the best. I don't want to say it's the best Jazz we've gotten, but short of a masterpiece, it's a really great Jazz figure, and I totally agree with Soundwave 884, but I just really, really wish that his wrists would swivel, and it's just like that. I just want that feature on that, and it would have been the topper on all of the Jazz figures if his wrist could swivel on that, because it's a hinge to fold in. I mean, I could deal with the hollow bits on the forearms. I bought a third-party kit to fix that. But
it's funny too because the other two have it. The other two.
Power of the Primes has a swivel on the wrist.
Right.
He's got that piece from the door coming over his hand.
So the Reveal Shield, it has a swivel.
All they had to do was have how Ratchets or Ironhides or Hound or anybody like that, where they have the peg, right? And it's a rounded peg. Yeah, and it slides right into the figure. They could have done that here and then figured out some way to push it in or fold it around, in, but it's just such a missed opportunity to I just miss that wrist swivel for Jazz to have that, because it would have made the topper on that cake so much better.
Input.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip to Input's last entry here, and Star Convoy, I believe is what it's called in Japan. But this one is called MMC Stellaris Promenade. And frankly, I like the way this guy looks. He's sleek looking. But I mean, maybe the detail isn't there for me. But I mean, frankly, he looks like a freaking tank. Like, you got turrets on here. You got, let's keep going.
I'll be right back.
You got tank treads. He screams Japanese, that's for sure. That's some nifty action. Now I'm starting to wonder if he even transforms at this point. There we go. Okay.
Then there's the one thing I don't like about it is the way that alt mode,
isn't it?
It's basically his feet are down the back.
There's the rub.
If you look at the alt mode for the original toy, the alt mode looks so amazing. This one looks too much like Onslaught, from the Combaticons in the alt mode. I don't really like that look of that truck, but everything else about the alt mode looks amazing.
He's with his son
for the robot mode. They really did. They sacrificed the alt mode for the robot mode with this figure, and it shows. Yeah. Because
here's my question. Here's my question. If MMC is doing Star Convoy, right, then does that mean they will make a Super Megatron to battle this Star Convoy? Because I would 100% be in. Because MMC Mastermind Creations, they make some amazing amazing quality figures for a third party. And this one is definitely not a slouch in that at all. It's amazing. But I just wish that alt mode had the G1 look to it. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, I'm right there with you. That's the rub for me with this one. It looks fantastic, and if you're gonna buy it, more than likely you're gonna display it on your shelves in robot mode, and I encourage you to do so. This alt mode is just it feels like it was engineered for the robot mode, and the alt mode here was an afterthought. It really does.
I mean, what 140, right there showing that at BBTS, like less than the price of a Titan class with all the amount of articulation and features you get with that, and the size of the bot as well is kind of I forget what it says there, Anthony. Yeah, what does it say? The height is it 11 inches?
13 inches.
Yep.
13 inches, even better. Yeah, I mean that's taller. What is that?
Omega Supreme is like 12, right? Or
no. Omega Supreme's like 18 inches, but
okay.
So that's taller than the Combiner Wars combiner.
Oh yeah, there's a combiner. You're right. No, Blue Raccoon said it looks like it's like from animated, and that describes it exactly. That's where it looks like it's from. Like it's simplified cartoon animation.
It looks like something from Robots in Disguise 2001.
Yeah, it could work with that. I mean, it's from Return of Convoy, the Battlestars version of Optimus Prime, where he comes back to help out everybody. Like after Transformers Zone, but which is after Victory and everything. But yeah, it's a awesome kind of side story. I mean, I just hope they make a Super Megatron to go with it. I would just match made in heaven right there with MMC making a Super Megatron.
Well, that was it for me. So Brian, now you. Or we're done, but I'm passing it back to you. Don't do more. It's 2 hours. I have work tomorrow.
I recommend getting scissors. Just because they're handy.
And some tape and some wrapping paper.
Yeah.
And that could be helpful with all these toys, to wrap them up and give to yourself or others.
So I would do questions, but I feel like it's getting a little too late now.
What if we just did it rapid fire, right? Like just all of us just say the last one.
Do you guys have any more? Because I said mine. So
everybody submitted 6, but Input actually has a repeat. He has Inferno, which was something somebody else said.
Kingdom Inferno, yeah.
I recommend War for Cybertron Siege, Voyager, Rainmakers 3-pack with Nova Storm, Ion Storm, Acid Storm. You can get them, all 3 of them at Entertainment Earth.
So, Siege Jetfire.
Skylinks. There you go.
Skylinks is a good one, though. That's definitely worth getting.
Yeah.
That was Toy of the Year for 2020.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
If you haven't picked him up yet, get him. I would recommend any of the Cyberverse Deluxe figures because they're all pretty decent. I really love the Cheetor, the Soundwave, the Prowl, even though mine is yellow. I love the Cheetor. I think so. These are really great representations. So,
if you find Kingdom Waspinator, I hate you. I haven't been able to find it.
Brian, I don't think you saw my post where I made a post in the Discord about that there was Waspinators coming because there were 7 of them at one Walmart and 5 of them at the other Walmart, and I took pictures of the one with the 7. But people were like not panicking and paying scalping prices for it. Just wait for it. It's coming, man. And if not, I'll get you one, man, if you want. He's on Amazon too. I think he's on Amazon as well. Not sure
on Amazon.com, but for some reason on .ca he's like $80-$90.
Holy crap! How much is a deluxe in Canada?
30.
Those are third party though. Yeah, those are third party sellers though.
20 deluxe for me is 25.
They're coming. Nobody panic for the Waspinator, and
because I've seen Waspinators in stores around here.
Yeah. Collectors helping collectors. We'll help each other out trying to find it. But I'd say you're definitely going to start seeing them here, if not the next couple of weeks.
I feel like I'm more worried about Tigertron than anything.
And Vinny Nepa, I don't know how to say this. Vinny Nepa in chat says Hasbro Pulse has the Waspinator as well. I thought he was sold out there, but
I'm not a fan of Hasbro Pulse, I'll be honest.
That Gaming 105 says he can't stop finding Waspinators.
But check out the affiliated links from Hasbro Pulse.
Sure. Optination, did you have one last one?
Yeah, I had the Kingdom Deluxe Paleo Trex.
Awesome.
Huffer.
Soundwave 84, what was your last one?
The Kingdom Deluxe Huffer. I like him.
You're a big boy.
I do love me some huffing.
We're saying you can do some puffing too when they come out.
You got a Puffer, got a Road Ranger, Pipes.
The Pipes coming out next month, January.
I am crossing my fingers so I can catch Pipes and Blaster. And I'm on the fence about Slammer, but I'm hoping I'll catch them in store since I have so many on my route.
Hey, speaking of that, if you find multiple Slammers in the stores, Anthony, you and I are gonna talk. We're gonna I want to stock up on some Slammers. He's gonna be like my new Brunt. Army build him.
Did you
Okay,
see
well,
the
remind
new
me
image
next
of,
month when he actually starts appearing in stores, and then if I catch it, because like Rodimus Primal needed Gnaw, but he ended up getting them anyway. So like I'll actively look if somebody tells me, but you have to remind me.
There's an image I saw that someone had Slammer, and you're able to take the treads and use it as a saw weapon.
Yeah, that's a freaking awesome first Slammer. Like, it's just I don't know why, but I had a G1 Metroplex, right? And I just remember like the Slammer tank looking so cool, and I'm glad he was not, as rumors thought, the repaint of Warpath. I'm very, very glad that turned out to be not true. I'm much more happier at him being a weaponizer.
And yes, I see people say Amazon US. I know, but we got Pulse for Canada, not US, so I don't know if things would work out that way. But yeah, I guess that kind of just wraps everything up, doesn't it?
So just to remind everybody, don't forget about checking out the giveaway video on TF Fan Page 101 and H&E Games to get the details, so you can register to attempt to win 25 USD Amazon e-gift card, which I think it's UK, Japan, Australia, the United States, Canada, and India are all eligible. So if you live in one of those 6 countries, go ahead and enter the contest. And
you know what's the interesting thing about that? Let me ask you something. Do you like Transformers? Look, man, I don't care. I'm just trying to make conversation. Anyways, I've got something very special to announce. Are you doing a giveaway? Why? Why is it every time I try to announce something, someone wants a giveaway? Oh, special occasion. Why don't you do a giveaway? Oh, you want to do a stop motion series? Why don't you do a giveaway? You know, I'm not just a piece of meat. I got feelings and emotions too. So I'm announcing a giveaway. In collaboration with H&E Games, who is actually providing and supporting this giveaway, we are going to provide a $25 Amazon e-gift card. That's right, we're giving it to a lucky winner. It could be yours for the taking, so don't miss the chance. You've got nothing to lose. There are requirements though, so please check out the link down in the description below, and the giveaway will end on November 22nd, 2021 at 11:59 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you're asking if the giveaway's open after that, thank you for listening. Please send your support to H&E Games, because without them, we wouldn't be doing this. So remember, check the link down below, support H&E Games, and best of luck to the winner. What am I doing with my hands? So, can I enter? I am an emotional time bomb.
I love that video.
Lois, get Chris and Meg and send them to bed.
The music is perfect. The music is perfect for that.
Well, that's it.
So, shall we all say what we do and who we are again, and then go, or just go?
We could go through one more time. Is that cool, Brian?
I guess, but I need to go eat.
Somebody's raising their hand.
It was like Ninja Bill was supposed to hand me something, but he didn't do it.
Wait. What was I supposed to hand off there? Was I supposed to hand something?
It's like you just high five, Ninja Bill. High five.
There you go.
Aw.
I was just playing around with Wing Gundam here.
It's like which way do my hands go? I don't know. Okay. So Brian, do you want to wrap this up by people telling people where things are, like Bill said?
Crimson Raptors. Now.
Okay. You want me to go? I'll go. All right. So you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter at Crimson, like the dark red color. Raptors, Raptors. And yes, the first episode of my stop motion animation series, Transformers Siege, the War for Cybertron, War Dawn, will be coming out late December. I'm pushing for before Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to make it because I want 3 weeks of post-production and getting effects and everything in there. But it will be for sure the last week of December. No holds bar. Nothing's holding me up on that end of it. So I really, really appreciate everybody. I just recently passed 700 subscribers. That's a huge milestone. And thank you. It's a huge milestone. Hoping to get that 1K. Yes, I have the community tab, but I really kind of want to wait to the 1K to use it. Maybe, probably I won't. But it's because I want to earn it. You know what I mean? I want that 1K, and then I was like, no, I can use the community tab, even though I've had access to it for 200 subscribers ago. Ninja Bill, where can they find you?
I was like,
you weren't expecting that.
Wing Gundam with really sharp, pointy bits. So please be careful because ow. Anyway, and they fall. Ow, sharp.
That's annoying, isn't it?
Again,
Ninja Bill gets hurt from your entertainment people.
Look at that, sharp bits.
Wow, that's a Zoid.
Yes. Once again, Ninja Bill of Ninja Bill Reviews. You can find me as Shinobi Biru on Facebook, or Ninja Bills, as my channel says right. Yes, there it is, right there. No, back to my channel. You just had it. I mean, what's going on? Anyway, so please do, yes, that one right there. Please do subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Make sure to check me out also on Discord at Ninja Bill, and come check out my reviews. Join my Patreon if you have the ability to do so, and have a great evening. I have to keep it clean here. Darn, great evening. Fantastic. Drink some beers.
Hey, what's up? So you can find me on YouTube, Optination Review. You can find me on Instagram at Optination_review. You can also find me on Twitch at Optination Review. And you can also visit my website, which is linked in the TF Reviewers website. And I fixed Gigawatt. So
Yay!
Awesome.
And I just hit 61 subscribers. So thank you, everyone.
Woo.
We're doing the live countdown where we're just watching them tick up.
Yes.
I'm gonna make
62
it really.
yet?
I'm gonna make it
62 yet?
really.
62 yet?
I'll have to check, but let's see.
I'm just trying to make it really awkward for Optination by leaving it on him.
No,
Nothing
I actually,
incentivizes person.
went back to 60.
Oh,
Boo!
That sucks.
That's because they wanted the live stream. It's because YouTube goes through and like clears out like all the bots and spam bots and stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
That's how that happens, right? Because of the purge, the purge of spam bots.
Yeah, because mine fluctuates between that. I can't wait till I hit 500, like Crimson Raptors has. Oh, there you go. A waspinator, a wasp cycle.
it looks like Avatar.
She might be on her cycle.
Wasp
I'm Soundwave884. You can find me on RC or YouTube at Soundwave884. Instagram, Soundwave_884_reviews. Facebook, Twitter, Soundwave884. Yeah, I play with toys. I'm an old man.
Boo!
Toys.
Hey, that's
I'm
my
winning
claim
in
to
life.
fame.
Woo!
That's my claim to fame. That's my. I'm the oldest one doing toy reviews. I'm the oldest guy doing it. That's my claim. Don't take that away from me.
What are you talking about? I'm over 65 million years old, Ninja Bill. You ain't got nothing on me.
But you're not human.
Well,
Yes,
that's
I'm the
true.
oldest human doing Transformer toy reviews.
I guess that's true. I'll let you have that, Ninja Bill.
Well, that's
Sorry.
phallic.
So just a quick update. My phone just refreshed and it said it is at 62, so I guess it couldn't count for a second.
Yay!
Yay!
Round of
So-
applause.
Make sure to go subscribe to everybody you see here. Make sure you check
Yep.
out all the links that you find in the description below. Check out
Why are
Team
you
Reviews,
doing my job?
Yeah,
Well,
why
because
don't
you
I
weren't.
get to say anything? I got to promote myself in input.
because you weren't. You were too slow. I had to jump in.
Bill,
Ninja Bill.
dude.
Ninja Bill, you're hired.
Anthony H&E Games, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. Also check out Input. Input is NDASHPUT. It's N-put. You can also check his channel out on Saturdays for Tales from Teletran with Crimson Raptors, among others, as guests.
Nice.
Don't forget to check out both of our channels. And on to you, Brian.
Hi!
And there it is. Thanks for watching.
I'm
kidding. I kid.
Page 101 and Ultimate Doom. Those are my YouTube channels. I'm also on Instagram at tfanpage101. And I have also been trying to update my Hot Wheels collection on Brian Hot Wheels Collection on Instagram as well. So, yeah, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, unfortunately. Reddit somehow happened because I had to write something on it. But yeah, those are things. So you can follow them or don't. Whatever. Thanks for watching.
Yay.
These are all the people. Go subscribe to them. Also check out the links down in the description where you can see the affiliated links of what we talked about. With that out of the way, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. Smash the merch store, dislike the button, and I'll see you guys next time.
Do, 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 do,
This has
do.
been Transformers Reviewers, by the way.
To all our Optination.
Go home
jungle.
later.
It's a jungle. More than